Welcome to the Allsleepingeye. Everything in these videos, from the sound to the sights, are strictly for your entertainment purposes. But if you want to find out for yourself, continue your journey to knowledge after we depart. Let's go.
Hey, y'all better get right with God, man. Y'all get right with God, bro. Oh my God, the cops are down there saying go back to your house, bro.
What is this?
I don't know what the hell that was. A giant black egg in the middle of nowhere and nobody else seen it yet. Like, what's really going on? Okay, moving on.
Here, you're going to see why I say mineral water is toxic to the body. Yes, mineral water is better than tap water, I understand. But the purest form of water is distilled water because it eliminates microscopic parasites and it eliminates inorganic minerals. This is what most of you are consuming when you consume your mineral waters. I don't care if Dr. Sebi or any other doctor told you to consume mineral water. This is because some of the people that promote mineral waters are not practitioners. They haven't done the science to actually look into the water they're telling you to consume.
Thanks for telling me because, I do a lot of purified water, but mineral water is what I used to do before it started making my throat dry as hell every time I drank it. And I'm thinking to myself, how could water make you feel dry?
Bladder attack, Dr. Yaki, and I'm full of gallstones. Break them down naturally. Break them down naturally. 6 days of nothing but apple juice. Yes, the malic acid in the apple juice. 32 ounces of Granny Smith apples a day. 32 ounces of Granny Smith apple juices a day will actually soften up the gallstones. Then on the 6th day, make sure that you drink a cup of grapefruit juice if you're not on hypertension medication. And if you are, then we need to heal them kidneys and those adrenals. On the 6th day, drink a cup of grapefruit juice with a half a cup of organic pressed olive oil. Boom. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take some magnesium citrate. Two cups of it. Fill it up. And guess what? You're going to be pooping, and when you go and you look in that toilet, guess what you're going to find? Dissolved gallstones. How many times I done did that cleanse within the last 9 months? Right. We do them every 4 weeks.
You make sure you get those ingredients and those days correct. Do it right. If you're going to do it right.
America, we have a major issue. This Listeria thing is way worse than anyone thought. Where do I start? So basically Friday, the FDA sent out a massive warning to everyone about this Listeria outbreak. And they found it at Walmart and Aldi and Kroger. So now all 3 stores are recalling vegetables and herbs, including guacamole and salsa. This is bad, guys. You've got salad mixes. You've got different herbs. You guys, this is all over the place. I know a lot's going on in the world right now, but be careful what you're buying. Basically, Kroger came out and said that if you had bought any of those products, the salsa, the guacamole, any of the produce, throw it away.
You might want to check what's in your fridge tonight.
Definitely, you better check your fridge or you better check your grocery store because it's happening. It's happening.
You guys, oh my God, watch this.
Everything that happened on the first day of 2025, if you want the honest truth, was a distraction. What might it be that they will be trying to distract you from? Well, if you're watching this video today, I want you to understand that the greatest wealth transfer in American history is underway. And they can't allow everyone, okay? They can't allow everyone to see what's going on and to put themselves in position to never, ever work again. So, what I will say is the golden age is upon us. And there's a certain individual in office right now who's trying to block that, but he can't block it. If you want to understand what's happening in this world and how this world is turning into a creator's economy, I need you to go over this information right here. It's called Rich Guy Math. It'll take you 3 minutes to go over this information. But if you want to win this year, if you want to make 2025 the most profitable, the most abundant, the most prosperous year of your life, you're going to go over this information and you're going to implement it today. It's all a distraction. I'm out.
Let's get rich.
This can't be true.
Coca-Cola
right?
just signed a 5-year, $1.1 billion deal with Microsoft. 5 years ago, it was discovered that there were fluorescent nanoparticles in Coca-Cola. Now, if I were a conspiracy theorist, I might think there were more to this partnership.
Now, according to reports, Microsoft and the Coca-Cola Company have announced a 5-year strategic partnership to align Coca-Cola's core technology strategy system-wide. So it is said to enable the adoption of leading-edge technology and foster innovation and productivity globally. Using Azure Open AI service, Coca-Cola is currently exploring the use of generative AI-powered digital assistants. Now, did you know they have found nanotechnology in Coca-Cola and in Pepsi products? Have a look at this. Now, did you know they have found nanotechnology in Coca-Cola and in Pepsi products? Have a look at this. The biodistribution study in major organs indicated that the NPs were easily accumulated in the digestive tract, and they were able to cross the blood-brain barrier and dispersed into the brain. Questions, and of course suspicions, have been raised in recent years.
You better look into it. Pour it out on the counter. Get your microscope and look at it close up.
If you were offered $100 million but you had to sell a family member, would you do that?
No, I don't think so.
They just found a truck full of kids in that motherfucking Coca-Cola motherfucking truck. We on, hey, they got you now. This shit crazy. I'm telling a million kids in that motherfucker. I wonder how far they just traveled. This shit is crazy.
We was just talking about that, like Coke. What else do they find in Coke? Think about it.
Does it frustrate anybody else that we're not allowed to talk about what's really going on in our world? We're not allowed to talk about what's actually unfolding behind closed doors. We can't talk about Maui. We can't talk about North Carolina, and soon we won't be able to talk about LA. We're not supposed to know about the flood insurance that was canceled before North Carolina. And we're not supposed to know about the fire insurance that was canceled before LA. We can't talk about the color blue. And we definitely can't talk about the cities that are coming. We are not allowed to talk about what is really going on in our world. We can't talk about the shipping containers. We can't talk about why celebrities always look so young. We can't talk about what happens in the tunnels, and we definitely can't talk about what happens every single day beneath our feet. We can't talk about what is really going on in our world. Our world is not as it seems. Everybody that you see, that you look up to, our politicians, our celebrities, Hollywood, is not as it seems. Evil is running this world. And it is soon coming to a head, and Satan will step out onto center stage. The beast system is getting set up right in front of our eyes, and we are not allowed to talk about it.
You can talk if you want to. Some people choose not to. You have freedom of speech, but freedom of speech also comes with repercussions. So, it's up to you what you want to say. Go ahead.
You'll never believe what they say about Dubai. Check out this picture closely. Double tap the screen. Now squint your eyes quickly. If you see the devil, keep scrolling. But if you see Jesus, share this blessing with a friend.
That was kind of crazy.
Worcester, Massachusetts right now. Lights are going crazy. What's going on? This is weird.
You never know. You never know what that is in the air. A UFO, of course. But who does it belong to? Your next door neighbor?
McDonald's cheeseburger. Still warm. Just tempted to eat it. Okay, so we're going to leave our burger to digest for a while in the acid. Come back later and see what's happened.
Hydrochloric acid is found in everybody's stomach.
3.5 hours. So we're going to see what happens to a tasty McDonald's cheeseburger after 3.5 hours of concentrated hydrochloric acid. Oh my God. I think it's absolutely disgusting. So I mean the fats aren't really going to dissolve very well because in your stomach there's lots of bile acids and thing in your actual body to do digestion.
It almost looked the same. I guess you get to see what happened inside on the outside. But it wasn't as strong. But still, looked kind of disgusting. Yeah.
On the subject of censorship, since we're on with Elon, you know, we know what's happening in Brazil. They blocked X. Now they've taken Starlink, to my understanding. Are we going to see any blowback if you and President Trump take office about all of the censorship that happened before? Yeah. Mark Zuckerberg just released that letter saying, oh, I fell to, victim to the FBI pressure and made a censor. Are we going to see any repercussions for people that censored?
Yes, we're going to fire the people who censored. We're going to fire the people who were telling Mark Zuckerberg and all the other technology companies that they needed to censor. Fire the 50 intelligence operatives who said the Hunter Biden laptop was Russian disinformation. A lot of those people still have security clearances. Strip every single one of those people of their security clearances. Fire every single person. You cannot lie. Take your position of public trust and lie to the American people for political purposes. It's disgraceful and people have to suffer consequences for it. Now the other thing is we've got to be willing to use American soft power to promote a free speech society.
That's kind of deep.
This was a shocking moment caught on camera. Video obtained by our NBC affiliate KARE 11 shows David Montgomery trimming a tree outside his Minneapolis home Wednesday when, according to court documents, a bullet was fired from his neighbor's upstairs window.
The bullet went down through my neck and then all the way back to my spine.
Adding, the last 11 months since he and his wife moved in, they've been living a nightmare next door to John Shawshack. Court documents show the victim called police 19 times prior to the shooting for incidents including harassment, hate speech, and verbal threats. Shawshack has been charged with attempted murder, but he is not in jail. Police allowing him to stay in his home because they say he's a threat to himself and others.
The likelihood of an armed, violent confrontation where we may have to use deadly force with the suspect in this case is high. We are not going to bust the door down, guns blazing, and get into a deadly force situation.
If you're saying you're scared, what does that do to me,
Lakeview terrorists. Lakeview terrorists.
Please, for the love of God, tell me that I'm wrong. Did you know that in 2028, the Olympics is going to be held in Los Angeles County? But not just Los Angeles County, but it includes all of the northern regions of Los Angeles County. Places which include the Pacific Palisades, the San Fernando Valley, and Altadena. Which just so happens to be the place that is burning right now. And then I keep hearing about 2028 Smart LA, which is Governor Newsom's plan to prepare Los Angeles County and all the surrounding areas for the influx of millions upon millions of people that will be coming for the 2028 Olympics. And Newsom has emphasized for a comprehensive recovery plan, which he's calling the Marshall Plan, for, get ready for this, LA 2.0. The entire reconstruction, which would cover over 40,000 acres. I mean, this is just for informational purposes only, but it's coincidence until it's not.
So, that's pretty deep. You want to be in LA 2.0? LA 1.0? LA no point oh? Or you just want all these problems to stop so we don't have to worry about which LA we can be in? Let's go.
So just a heads up, because I have to keep my community safe. If you guys are not aware of this, as of yesterday, there has been a recall on something that probably everyone in this country partakes in. So this is a very, very big deal, and this recall will be in effect until March of next year. Do you know what they're recalled? And this is not a product they make. This is chicken, guys. They have recalled chicken because of metal or something like that. So it's pretty interesting, guys. So basically, just to keep everyone safe, you guys go do your research, look at that, because how in the world does chicken get a recall because there are metals in the chicken? What does that mean? I don't know. You guys tell me in the comment section. And that's not a product we create. That is a animal. So that's very weird, guys. Very weird. But you guys be careful out there. It's 2024 and it's going to keep getting strange. I'm out.
All right. It's already crazy with the made up chicken. Now we got chicken with metal in it, and we don't know if it's real or not. What's next? What's next?
A new disturbing video of what appears to be human costumes at a secret base, which would be used to pretend as if you were someone else, if you're acting in a part, perhaps in the government or in politics. But many people are saying that they don't think that these are actual silicone costumes, and that they're actually the remains of dead bodies, which I don't even want to say because it's way too gruesome. And they're saying that these actually might be people because if you look on the heads and on the neck, there is blood which appears to be there. And also, why would you need an entire body section for a costume? Wouldn't you just need a mask to hide who you really are? Why would you need the rest of it? So that is the very creepy part of this. If anyone knows what this is, let us know. I don't think it's a scene from a movie because we haven't seen anything close to it like a movie in this.
When people start disappearing and you wonder where they are, and you see things like that, it makes you think.
If you have plastic ware, watch this to the end.
The black plastics are the ones to really avoid. The problem with the black plastic, so think sushi container, rotisserie chicken container, any takeout container, or those black forks that you have at parties, those are not always, but often made of recycled plastic from recycled electronics. The study that was published found that those black plastics, like the black plastic spatula, those plastics contain a variety of chemicals that are known carcinogens. They have flame retardants in them, things that are just bad chemicals. They seem to be even worse. Really avoiding the black plastic, and especially heating those. So you think of your to-go food, it's going hot on the black plastic, that's causing those chemicals to leach into your food even more. I mentioned that heat causes the leaching of chemicals like BPA 55 times more. You really want to try to avoid black plastics.
All right, I got a few of those in the kitchen, and sometimes when I cook, I put my food in it. So, yeah, I'm gonna watch out for that.
Third person from Ontario has died in a listeria outbreak connected to recalled plant-based milk. The contaminated products include Silk brand and Great Value brand beverages. Federal health officials say 20 people have been infected across 4 provinces. 15 of them have been hospitalized.
The most severe risk is in people who are on the extremes of age. The oldest among us, the youngest among us, also in pregnant women, and in people who are immunocompromised.
All right, so, you better watch that stuff. You don't know what you're drinking. It's like, we need our own farms right about now so we can know everything that's going on with our food, because this is getting ridiculous.
Since they fucked around and we're all about to find out, I'm going to tell you what to do to keep your house in order. You are going to research all of the local farms around you. You're going to see who's selling the beef, who's selling the chickens, who's selling eggs, who's selling the produce. You're going to develop a relationship with these people and see if they're selling anything directly to consumers. So you can get your eggs, your meat, your vegetables, and your everything straight from the farmer. If we all get involved with the local farms around us and we really develop a sense of community, we all still gonna eat. People survived the Great Depression because their supply chain was local. Our supply chain in most places is so spread out across the world that we wouldn't know what to do.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Find out for yourself. Get your own plug. And do what you gotta do.
I've never seen anything like this in my life. And please don't tell me this is a drone or anything like that, because that's definitely not a drone that I've ever seen, at least. That's insane. It's just orbiting. It's like doing turns and stuff. Wow.
It looks like a magic crystal floating through the air.
If you ate one meal every other day, you would only get sick one day every 4 or 5 years. What can I do to get rid of that one day of sickness every 4 or 5 years? If you eat one meal and fast for 72 hours, there will not be enough poison in your body from the previous meal to even get you sick one day in your life. So that sicknesses, all the illnesses are food related. If we would not eat as much as we do and fast more, then we would find ourselves being able to cure. The body, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, your body is its own hospital, but to get it open for business, you gotta fast. And when you fast, you open the doors of your hospital.
I agree. 90% of all the diseases are food or lifestyle related. I haven't been sick in over 7 years, and I've been vegan for 8. So
sometimes you think only some things work for some people and they don't work for everyone. But there are certain things that work for everyone. And you need to find those things if they make you better.
This is real meat, no compromise, made in front of you.
So you grew this chicken in these tanks behind us,
yes,
without ever slaughtering a chicken?
You could ask me that 1,000 times, and the answer is yes, yes, yes. We grew it right here. They're getting the oxygen.
His company, Upside Foods, just received clearance from the USDA to start selling their meat, made at this production center in Emeryville, California.
We'll be able to produce 50 to 75,000 pounds of meat every year, right away.
Is it healthy? Who started those fires? That's all I want to know. Who started the fires?
This is a dried parasitic insect that you eat every day. Well, how is that possible? Well, watch closely. If I crush a small pile of these insects, scoop them up, and pour them into a vial of warm water, the water turns a deep red. This is used as a red dye under the names cochineal extract, natural red 4, E120, and carmine color. Carmine color is listed in the ingredients of this candy. So, this candy gets its color from crushed up parasitic insects. Guess which of these products have parasitic insects in them? They all do.
That used to be my favorite candy, nerds.
Have you guys heard about the new name for aspartame? It's now being called amino sweet. I find this interesting considering that they've just declared aspartame a possible carcinogen.
Watch out for the aspartame. It will give you back problems and you won't know where they're from. Yeah, buddy.
I reserve my right not to be compelled to perform under any contract or commercial agreement that I did not enter into knowingly, voluntarily, or intentionally, and I furthermore do not accept any liability of the compelled benefit of any unrevealed contract or commercial agreement. That's what you go into court to a judge. And you're now in common law court, because our courts are not common law anymore. They are maritime courts. Again, I reserve my right not to be compelled to perform under any contract or commercial agreement that I did not enter into knowingly, willingly, voluntarily, or intentionally, and I do not accept the liability of any compelled benefit of any unrevealed contract or commercial agreement. That is UCC 1207. Look it up. God bless you.
All that is real good knowledge. The UCC code, definitely. And all those words sound nice. But what do those words mean if they have a weapon pointed at you and they don't care what you say at all? I like cats and dogs, but when do they become too much for me to handle on a microscopic level?
Here are 3 things about the number on the back of your Social Security card and what they mean that you probably don't understand. Number 1 is that the actual numbers on the back of your card are a massive bank account by the Federal Reserve. The number, or the letter rather, in front of the numbers, it represents the bank, the Federal Reserve Bank of that particular district. For example, if you look at the H right here on this Social Security card, the H stands for the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, Missouri. However, look at this dollar bill over here too. And you'll notice that on this dollar bill, it has an H as well, because the dollar bill is the H, it represents the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis where this dollar bill was created. So that means the dollar bill is a debt, and it means that you are a debt as well. Why? Because your Social Security card created you as a debtor instead of a creditor, which is why you can't get the millions of dollars that's in that Federal Reserve bank account. So number 3, you can do this. You can open up a tax-free EIN. That's what we do in my clients. That's why we're so happy, because our tax-free EIN, it blocks us from that slavery social that blocks us from being able to get our money that the Federal Reserve owes us.
Thank you, bro. I'm going to get my money. Best believe it.
I need y'all to do me a favor. If your kid got a phone, I need you to check their phone for something. It's an app called WePlay. Now what's going on with this app is are using this app to talk to kids. So if your kid got this app on their phone, delete immediately and share this video so people know what's going on with this app.
Yes, sir.
Your kids, please stop eating these foods. Stop giving these to your kids. Stop giving these to your kids. Please stop giving these to your kids. Throw the trash white bread out. Y'all really still eating undeveloped chicken babies talking about, I need the cholesterol. This is called flavored ADHD and anxiety attacks in a box. This is nothing but high fructose corn syrup and food colorings. Do I even need to keep going? Stop eating these foods, and the first thing you need to do is detox your body and cleanse it all out.
Yes, sir. I'm going to take those directions and run with it. And you know, I do understand, and I know it's a struggle for anyone who's been eating that their whole life to shake it off. But, you know, first comes the thought, then the action. So think about it, then make your move.
They said that they finna deport the Native Americans to motherfucking where? Where is y'all finna send these people to? Around the corner? This they shit. How you gonna deport somebody from their own country? This they land. Never forget that. So where is y'all sending these people?
That is hilarious, but at the same time, it's serious. It's really not that funny.
You say this. Can you repeat yourself if you don't mind?
I'm an ex-military operator.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get walkie-talkies, food, and water. The cell towers will go down. The stores will close. And if you don't get it, I don't feel sorry for you. Stop.
Relationship with your children.
My God. Get prepared, people.
So I'm finding out that there is a language called Tut or Tutanese that our Black American ancestors created to speak in code during slavery so they could like talk, communicate, read and write. And all I gotta say is Ailalo vavi oyurat katula taturati. And straight up, tatashasas, faforat tatashi, anankatisas, tatoratsas. Papirita yodad. So stay at your non-Black American business. For real, for real.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find out about that. That sounds pretty good. Sounds like something I wanted to learn. Definitely.
This is nuclear physicist Dr. John Mullen. He discovered how to generate clean and free energy as opposed to oil. Days after this discovery, he died of arsenic poisoning. Dr. Don Wiley. He found the cure for HIV/AIDS. He mysteriously disappeared and later was found deceased. Dr. Mark A. Smith. He found a treatment for Alzheimer's. He passed away in a freak accident. This is Frank Suarez. He apparently found the cure for cancer. He mysteriously took his own life a couple of days later. I don't know, folks. This is suspicious, blowing my mind when I found out about it.
You find out some vital knowledge, you might not want to go public to the wrong people. You might want to just start a whisper campaign and, let people find out once they get the knowledge.
I don't understand how a nigga can have felonies on felonies on felonies and become the president, but I got one felony and I can't even work in a warehouse and throw boxes? How can a nigga have felonies on felonies on felonies on felonies and he becoming the president and he governing the whole entire United States, but I can't even throw...
That is real talk right there.
Age of lab-grown meat has arrived in this country. The Agriculture Department just approved 2 California companies to sell chicken grown in steel tanks using cells that come from an animal egg or a special bank of stored cells. The cell-cultivated chicken will first be available at a restaurant in San Francisco and another one in Washington, D.C., owned by famed chef Jose Andres, before hitting stores.
What are you going to do with it? Are you going to fry it up and put some batter on it and call it a wrap? Or... maybe not.
If you want to get rich, or if you want to get free, the path is the same. Stop consuming today. All the losers in the world are consumers.
What do you mean, consume? Okay. Maybe if I don't consume, that means I am a producer. Alright, then I guess I have to be a producer. Let's go. Let's start a production. She don't want to battle. She do not want to battle.
Welcome to Sonic Sense.
We give out-of-pocket advice that you definitely shouldn't listen to.
I'd get the brain chip Sonic. Imagine being as smart as a computer.
Nah, bro, screw Neuralink and screw the brain chips. That stuff is like straight out of Revelation. Why don't you use that big non-chipped up brain of yours and connect with nature instead?
I did it, Sonic. I found my humanity.
Good. You freaked me out with that transhuman rhetoric.
You're right. If they can hack Microsoft, they could hack my brain.
Yup. Being a cyborg is lame, guys. Hold on to your humanity and always remember the FBI killed Martin Luther King and the CIA killed John F.
Oh, Sonic.
Brace yourself, clutch your pearls, grab a tissue for the tears. It is now illegal to go through your husband's phone. And this is for every ear that can hear me. This is not just a Texas issue. This is also a federal crime. The Federal Wiretap Act states it is unlawful to intercept any wire oral or electronic communication. It is also unlawful to disclose the contents of the wire, oral, or electronic communication. Y'all know what's considered electronic communication? Text messages, emails, DMs. And it doesn't matter if you're in the community property state, saying that the phone is community property will not work. Even if your husband willingly gave you his password, it still would not work. The courts feel that even if he did give you the password, you went beyond the scope of what he thought you would reasonably be doing with his phone.
Shouldn't be looking for something you don't want to find, because you might. FAFO.
Check out this new police technology.
There's a shocking new development in police technology that I'd like to tell you guys about. It's called ODIT. It stands for On-Device Interception Tool. This tool requires the police to get a warrant. Once they have that general warrant to use the ODIT technology, they install a device on your phone, and we don't know if it's in real life or whether or not it's remote, but nonetheless, it allows the police to monitor your use of a phone in real time. This means as you're typing and sending text messages, signal messages, receiving videos, sending photos, no matter what you're doing, if this technology is installed on your phone, the police can watch in real time as opposed to after seizure of the device. Keep that in mind when you're using your phone and deciding how you're using your phone and what you're saying.
I'm just going to live like I am in public already, like I'm on live TV, living a reality show. That's how I'm going to live.
Yep, I can show you that. Here we go right here, page 137. Here we go. First thing you should do is martial law is declared. Step 1, Step 2, Step 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. This book right here teaches you everything you need to do to live off grid, save your family in case of an invasion or civil war. And Navy SEALs Bugging Guide, how to turn your house into the safest place on earth. This book right here is every American needs right here. I'm gonna drop the link because they're on a crazy Black Friday sale too.
Survival guide, baby. Let's get it. And I just want to say, for everybody out there who sees this information, take it with a grain of salt. Check it out for yourself. And in the meanwhile, if you see something that can help you with your life, take it and use it to make yourself a better person. And I just want to say thank you again for hanging out with the Allsleepingeye. I'll sleep you again.